starting with the fighting in Iraq. Iraqi troops on Thursday drove Islamic State militants from 3 more neighborhoods in the northern city of Mosul in a fight that's now in its 6th week. An official of the special forces said that his men have retaken the neighborhoods of Amn, Qahira and Green Apartments and were expanding their foothold in the densely populated district of Zuhur. The neighborhoods are all in the eastern sector of Mosul, east of the Tigris River, where most of the fighting has taken place since the campaign began on October 17. In Tel Aviv, Israel has ordered the evacuation of thousands of people and called up hundreds of military reservists to battle a spreading fire in the northern city of Haifa. Police said at least 8 neighborhoods had been evacuated by early afternoon as smoke spread over the city, adding that at least 17 people were hospitalized for smoke inhalation. It's worth mentioning that the Haifa fire is the largest of several blazes to erupt across the country over the past 2 days. The fires have quickly spread due to dry weather and heavy winds. Onto the violence in Syria. 3 Turkish soldiers were killed and 10 were wounded in northern Syria on Thursday in what the Turkish military said was a pre-dawn airstrike believed to have been carried out by Syrian government forces. Turkish armed forces said the attack took place at 3 a.m. In addition, Turkey's state-run Anadolu news agency said the airstrike took place near the town of Al-Bab. However, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the death of the Turkish soldiers were caused by an IS suicide attack on Wednesday, disputing the Turkish government claim of a Thursday airstrike. In Ankara, a Turkish cabinet member says a suspect in the fatal car bombing outside a government building in the southern city of Adana has been shot and captured. Minister of European Union Affairs said police opened fire on a light utility vehicle believed to be carrying the person responsible for the Thursday attack after the driver refused warnings to stop, adding that the suspect was injured. From another aspect, this attack was the latest in a string of deadly bombings that have rocked Turkey for more than a year. Meanwhile, the European Union's legislature on Thursday demanded that the bloc freeze membership negotiations with Turkey over the government's heavy-handed crackdown following a failed coup in July. The European Parliament approved a non-binding resolution on Thursday by a 479 to 37 margin with 107 abstentions and said the freeze should last until Ankara's disproportionate measures under the state of emergency are lifted. On the other hand, a Turkish minister criticized EU nations for not standing in solidarity with Turkey at a time when it is dealing with a spate of violent attacks. On the other side of the world, scaffolding at a construction site in eastern China collapsed into a deadly heap on Thursday, sending iron pipes, steel bars, and wooden planks tumbling down on about 70 workers in the country's worst work safety accident in over 2 years. At least 67 people were killed by the collapse of the work platform at a power plant cooling tower that was under construction, according to what the state media reported. It added that 2 others were injured and 1 worker was missing. And moving on to our economic news, global stock markets were steady on Thursday as the Thanksgiving holiday in the US meant trading levels remained subdued. Britain's FTSE 100 edged down 0.2% to 6,805, and France CAC 40 rose 0.1% to 4,534. Germany's DAX also gained 0.1% to 10,674 after a survey showed businesses in the country remained optimistic in November despite concerns over a slowdown in global commerce. Moreover, Japan's Nikkei rose 0.9% to 18,333.41. Sydney's S&P ASX 200 and Shanghai Composite Index were flat at 5,485.10 and 3,241.74 respectively. And going to sports news, Brazil has risen to number 2 in the FIFA rankings behind Argentina, with South American teams taking 3 of the top 4 spots. Argentina leads despite a 3-0 loss to Brazil in a World Cup qualifying match this month. World Cup champion Germany dropped one spot to third place, while Copa America champion Chile climbed two to number 4. Costa Rica up to number 17, while the United States dropped to 28th. Iran leads Asian teams at number 30, while Senegal is Africa's top-ranked team at number 33. And finally, weather news. Tokyo residents woke up on Thursday to the first November snowfall in more than 50 years. Japan Meteorological Agency said it was the first time falling snow on the ground was observed in November since such records started to be taken in 1875. An unusually cold air mass brought wet snow to Japan's capital. Above freezing temperatures kept the snow from sticking in most places, though it did accumulate on sidewalks and cars in Tokyo's far western suburbs.